Hello, Sudoku friends, and welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. Today is Saturday, January 27, 2024. By some weird magic, the New York Times Hard Puzzle is now available about an hour later than usual. Well, we'll take it. A couple of fours blocking across here, so here's an easy 4. We need a 2, 3, 6 and a 9 across row 7. We got a 3, 6 and a 9 blocking here, so this must be a 2. 3, 6 and a 9 now here. 6, of course, has got to go here, and these must be a 3 and a 9. And I don't think I can take that any further. We have a 6 blocking across here, though. So one of these must be a 6 blocking across, and this 6 blocks up. So this square's got to be a 6. And we have a couple of 8s blocking these 4 squares. This 8 blocks this square, so here's an 8. We also have an easy 7 in column 7. For column 7, we need a 1, 7, 5, and an 8. And there's a 1 here and a 5 and an 8 blocking this square. It must be a 7. So a 1, 5, and an 8 now for these squares. Let's see, the 5 blocks up, the 5 blocks over. One of these must be a 5 blocking over, and this 5 blocks up. So we found ourselves an easy 5 here. The 1 blocks over, 1 blocks up. So one of these must be a 1. Can we do anything with that? Not really. We have a 1 blocking down and over. One of these is a 1 blocking over. So we have a 1 here or here. And therefore here or here. And we said that we need a 1, 8, and a 5 for these squares. Since this now can't be a 1, because one of these must be a 1 blocking over. And this 5 also blocks here. We know now that this must be an 8. And this 8 blocks across. This 8 also blocks across. So here's an 8. Blocking up. This 8 blocks down. This 8 blocks over. 8 also must go here. So 1 and 5 here now. And they, I think, must wait a bit longer. So maybe we should just think about what these squares must be. We know about the 1. We also need a 4. And remember that these must be a 3 and a 9. Therefore, we also need a 2. We need a 1, 2, and a 4 for these squares, and the 1 and the 2 block down. So this has got to be the 4. We need to find a 1, 4, 5, and a 7 across here. We have a 1 and a 7 and a 4 blocking this square. So this must be a 5, the way I see it. And a 1, 4, and a 7 here now. This is a 1, 7. And I don't think I can do much more with that. The 3s, though, this 3 blocks up. One of these must be a 3 blocking across. This 3 blocks up. One of these is a 3 blocking across. So one of these must be a 3. But we knew that because of this 3 blocks here. So a lot of work with little to show. So instead, we'll just place a 6 here, because this 6 blocks across, this 6 blocks down. That's so easy, and I didn't spot it until now. 1, 3, 7 here. Having said 1, 7, 3 here, I have to correct myself because this is a 7, 3. And once again, I think that even rows, columns, and blocks with very few givens may produce results. I am seeing the outline of something beautiful here, possibly a triple. look at this column here, only two givens. But we know that this square here can only be a 1 or a 7. We know that these must be together 1, 3, and a 7. So let's go back to these squares here. They must be a 1, 3, and a 7. This must be a 1, 7. So in effect, we have a triple right here, a 1, 3, and a 7. And that has some ramifications for a 3, because now this can't be a 3. And we know that one of these must be a 3 blocking across here. So none of these squares can be a 3. So what about this square? Can it be a 3? No, it can't. Because if one of these is a 3 blocking across and this a 3 blocks up, one of these is a 3, therefore this can't be a 3. So now we have reduced the squares for a 3 in block 3 to this one here. It's got to be a 3. And these must be a 2, 9 pair. Can we do something more with this newly found 1, 3, 7 triple? Now I want to look at this square because this is severely limited because a 1 and a 7 can't go here. So what can go here? If not a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, a 5 could go here, but not a 6 and not a 7, not an 8 and not a 9. So this must be a 5. This 5 blocks up here and this 5 blocks up here, so here is a 5. And this last square has got to be a 1. So 1, 3, 7 here. We still need a 9 and a 2 and an 8. 9 must go here or here. 8 here or here. And also here or here. But before I get to that, remember that these were a 1, 7. Now it's a 7. And here we are looking for a 1 and a 4. No joy yet. But this 7 blocks down, so we have a 7 here, and these are now a 1 and a 3. A 2, 4, and an 8 for these squares. So the 2 and an 8 block over. Here's a 4, and these must be a 2 and an 8. We also have a 1, 2, and an 8 up here. 8 blocks over and over, 8 here or here. 1 blocks up, 1 blocks over, 1 here and here. So let me get back to the 1 and the 3 missing here. Remember how we said that a 1 blocking down and a 1 blocking over gives me a 1 here or here? That means that this can't be a 1. It's got to be a 3, and this must be the 1. Across here now, we need to find 2, 4, and 3. 3 and 4 block down. This must be a 2. And now we have a 2 here or here, but we knew that. 3 and 4 here. 7, 9, and 5 here. 7, 5, 9. I don't know what to do with that. But 1, 5, 7, 9 here and a 7, 5, 1 all blocking this square tells me that this must be a 9 and this must therefore be a 2. Now we have a 2 here and we have an 8 here. And here we have a 9 and a 1, 8 for these squares. The 8 blocks over, here's a 1 and here's an 8. The 1 blocks over here. This 1 blocks up here. Here's a 1. And these two ones block here, 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 and here. And this one also blocks here. So here's a 1. This one and this one block these 4 squares. Therefore, 1 must go here. And the last square in the row has got to be a 4, which blocks down here. This 4 blocks across here. Therefore, 4 goes here. The last square here must be a 3. What does that leave us to solve now? A 4, yes. A 4 blocks up here and a 4 blocks across here. So here's another 4. The last four for today, I think. Yes. 6, 7, 9 here, the 7 blocks down and the 7 blocks up here. So 7, 6, 9 here. Also 6, 9 here. 5 and 7 here. And this 7, of course, blocks here. So here's a 7. And a 3, 5, 9 now here. 5 and 9 block this square. It must be a 3. 5 and 9 here and here. This square up here must be a 2. And this, therefore, a 9. That puts a 9 in this square and in this. And this is a 3 now, giving me a 3 up here. And down here we now need a 2 and a 1 here. 2 blocks up here, here's a 2, and here is a what? A 6. Now we have a 6 here. This square must be a 9. Now we have 2 9s blocking down, so a 9 must go here. And here now a 5 and a 7. But let's do this one first. It's a 5. And these must be a 7 and a 6. The 6 blocks up. Here's a 7. Here's a 6. Now we know that this is a 7 and this is a 5. And that's it for today. Thankfully, we didn't have to wait another 12 hours for this hard puzzle to materialize on the website. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.